Good evening. My name is Emily Reilly, the current Library Media Specialist at Rancocas Valley Regional. I'd like to take a moment to thank you for allowing me to speak with you tonight about the strategic plan, which has been developed to help move our school's library forward and align with the newly implemented one-to-one initiative. At any time during this presentation, please feel free to ask a question via the link at the top of the slides, and I'll do my best to answer them as we go. Libraries are the hub of every school. They provide so much to the entire learning community. They're for all. From knowledge to service in so many different ways, to building respect for fair use, to protecting privacy and the intellectual freedom rights of their patrons, to ensuring equity and access to information, to promoting a love of inquiry and assisting in the development of skills that are transferable for the rest of our patrons' lives. Libraries are there for all. In order for the school's library to stay relevant to its current learning community, it must listen to its stakeholders. They include students, the faculty, administration, the Board of Education, and the greater community members we serve, including parents. All stakeholders have a say in how our program moves forward. So, from time to time, we put out these little hearts to obtain feedback from those stakeholders that have the opportunity to visit us during the day. Our students and staff feel that our space is safe, welcoming, happy, friendly, helpful, and also serves as a home. We have so many beautiful stories to share about the faces you see in these pictures. From reading adventures to research discoveries, new friendships and bonds created, tears shared, and laughter embraced. As we begin to think about the direction our library program should take over the next 3 years, the faces you've seen in these pictures are at the forefront of our thinking, along with the overall vision of the school. After careful thought and review, I have developed an action plan that will require no additional funding from the school district aside from the annual allotted budget. Just time during the workday in partnership with myself, the buildings and grounds crew, and the principal to help bring these components in the plan to fruition. This plan consists of 4 goals, each with their own objectives and action steps, which are aligned to the American Association of School Librarians Shared Foundations. I'd like to walk you through these now. And again, at any point, if you have questions, feel free to use that link and I'll do my best to answer them. Goal number 1 is to bring the fiction section to the first floor in order to provide easy access to the most heavily used sections of our collection in one succinct area. This creates efficiency when patrons are under time constraints to grab what they need or when the library is short-staffed due to the librarian's teaching schedule or meetings and unexpected absences. Access to information here is the underlying goal. So, a few objectives. Despite being over 12 years old, the tables and chairs in the Windows Lab area are in fantastic condition and will be repurposed in another classroom in need of an upgrade. The computers will be recycled according to the school's policy, and we will move the graphic novel section closer to the nonfiction section. There's enough room over there on the shelves to shift things around without letting go of anything unnecessarily. The next steps would be to remove the wooden fiction shelves that you see here in this image. They will be taken to the lower level and repositioned to meet the needs of the new layout. The new arrangement speaks to the collaborative and independent demands of a one-to-one school. The furniture is easily moved and can be rearranged for community events, meetings, classes, and group work. And the space remains physically open to support our large number of students and offers flexibility for future necessary changes. Goal number 2 deals with the collection and information to access. I'd like to enhance the ebook and audiobook selections. I recently ran an analysis of our collection and discovered that out of over the 15,000 library materials in our collection, less than 2,000 of those are digital. In support of our community and their diverse learning styles, our one-to-one initiative and the current hybrid learning model due to the pandemic, I see a great need for broadening this collection. With access to Overdrive and the Sora app, which we already have set up, students can access these wonderful features. I'd like to play a little video for you here so you get a little insight into what Sora can do.
With Sora, you can get free ebooks and audiobooks from your school. Digital books are automatically returned on their due dates, so you never need to worry about late fees. When you open Sora for the first time, find your school or enter a setup code if your school has one. Then sign in. On the Home tab, you'll see any books your teachers assigned to you, along with books you've borrowed. You'll also see your recently defined words, notes, and highlights. To find and borrow books, go to the Explore tab. You can browse subjects or search for a title, author, or series. Then, borrow a book and start reading with a single tap. You can always get back to your current read using the circle at the bottom of the app. In the Explore tab, you can also place holds, read samples, and add tags. You'll find all your loans on your shelf. If you're on Wi-Fi, books automatically download for offline use. If you're using mobile data, you can stream books until you're on Wi-Fi. Tap options next to a book to renew it, return it early, and more. Students in the US can also send books to a Kindle. Your shelf also has your holds, tagged books, and activity. On the Me tab, check out fun features like your reading stats and achievements you've earned. You can change your name and avatar too. In the menu, you can add a public library, change your settings, find help, and more. Download Sora to start reading today.
In addition to the Sora app via Overdrive, other platforms we have access to include Follett and Gale, which are more nonfiction and reference-centered materials, all with the same ability to be accessed by students and teachers as needed, no matter where they are, no matter the time of day. The plan for this is simple. Review curriculum maps, survey staff and students, read reviews, research materials, create collection development lists, purchase materials, and subsequently advertise the latest additions to our community, all of which this is what I will do. The projected budget for this plan will stick well within the yearly allotted amount for library books. Typically, the focus of that account is spent on both print and digital, but the focus this year will revolve primarily around enhancing our access to the digital world of literacy and information. Goal number 3 deals with the facility. And at this point in the plan, the removal of the shelving from the second level by taking fiction downstairs has created an open space worthy of a new collaborative area, leading us to goal number 3, creating a tech hub on the second floor modeled after a learning commons. The second floor is already on its way to being a learning commons. Now with the removal of the fiction section, we can transform the lounge area into a technology hub. With the purchase of virtual reality goggles and software out of our miscellaneous budget, along with a green screen, we can welcome classes to explore museums, rainforests, and so much more. Or they can film innovative presentations to support their course units. Teachers can use the library classroom alongside the librarian for innovative instruction. The professional development room can still maintain the offering of a meeting space while also supporting the demands of our tech help and repair station. No additional furnishings at this point will be required, leaving the cost of technology pieces well within the annual budget. Goal number 4 is to stagger the schedules of support staff to increase time students have to access the library's physical space before and after school. One support staff member will arrive earlier in the morning and one will arrive an hour later. This will allow for extended time before and after school for students to receive assistance with projects, simply enjoy the space, read, create, or whatever the need is at the time. I've provided a sample schedule here that shows when the library assistant would arrive and leave, and the same for the library clerk. Thank you so much for allowing me the time to share this plan with you. I'm always available to chat or answer questions, and please don't hesitate to reach out to me at the email address included here. Thank you.